All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is going to be a video from my garden because this was actually by request for Cali Rios. So I'm just going to kind of do a quick walkthrough here of what I have going in my garden. Cedar mulch. This is something that I had delivered from a local company. Out where I live, there's a lot of cedar. I think I paid about 200 bucks for about 4.5 yards. Really good stuff. They have black and they have, they have this regular red cedar, which is good. So what I use this for is I line my garden floor with it because cedar is actually somewhat of a decent pest control. Some bugs are real intolerant to it and don't do very well with it. So what I've noticed already is a big drop in pests inside my beds. So this is broccoli, Cali Rios. This is all broccoli right here. And these are the ones I just planted right here a few days ago. This is a bean sprout. This is a bean pole, or pole bean. So look, there was the original seed right here underneath it. So this was, you guys could see, that was the original seed right there. That's going to become a leaf probably. So that was planted a few days ago. And this will be a cucumber bush once it grows up. So in Cali, as you can see, all these are in containers, and that's how I'm growing all my stuff, is in containers. So what I do is I backfill these to cut back on some of the costs. Like if you can get any kind of mulch or anything from, local gardeners or, people who are out there, local arborists, that would be the key route to go to help cut some of your costs. So I've gotten all these buckets right here for free. All the mulch I already had. I had to, of course, pay for the potting soil. But I pay it's like, potting soil is real cheap. And then what you do is you can enrich it. And what I use is I try to stay with as much organic as I can. Fish oil, poultry manure is really good, but it's real rich. You don't want to overuse it because you can burn your plants with it. I would recommend using fish oil. It stinks like fish, and if you get it on your clothes, you're going to smell like fish. So just don't get it on your clothes. Same here, raised garden. This is going to be tomatoes and carrots right here. I just planted these a few days ago also. So I already there's a tomato there, and there's a tomato there. Sorry, I sent something in here. And look, first carrot sprouting up right here. See this little guy right here? Right there. First carrot sprouting up. So this book I'm reading, it's called Carrots Love Tomatoes. It's about companion planting. What that means is, the book is entitled Carrots Love Tomatoes because it talks about, the benefits of planting tomatoes and carrots. Tomatoes and carrots, the root systems, they put off, certain amounts of nitrogen that are beneficial to each other. So these carrots, I planted 5 tomato plants. So there's 1, 2, I should have another one, 3, 4, 5. And then I planted in a big ring around the tomatoes a bunch of carrots. I planted a pack of about 200 carrots. When those grow out, I'll thin them out a little bit. That way they have some growing space. And same thing, same concept here. What I did is I filled this about to this bottom ring with mulch, and then I filled the rest up with potting soil. And then I'll come out and spray it with a fish fertilizer, maybe about once or twice a week. Every other week or so, depending on the soil. If I see the soil needs enriched, I'll come out and go ahead and just do some enriching on it. Okay, this is a watermelon plant. So as you can see, it's only got 2 watermelons, and this was what I was talking about with the pollination. There were bees out, but the bees were it was slim pickings this year for the honey and for the pollinating. So these watermelons are kind of working slow. But as you can see, it's not that hard to plant a watermelon. That's from 1 seed, guys. I planted 1 seed, and this is what it's doing. Watermelon will spit out streamers like this. And there's another watermelon. It's still got a ways to go before it's ready to pick and eat. But what you need to do with watermelons is you need to come out and turn them. Because if you don't, they'll start getting white spots on them. So that's kind of part of that. You want to make sure you come out and turn them. And I've turned these ones several times. Like this guy right here, see how it's turning white right here? I'll probably leave it here for another couple days, and then I'll come out and monitor and make sure, you know, it's not getting white on the other side. So you want to keep rotating your watermelons. These are flowers, I forgot what kind they are. Catnip. And this is a lemon tree right here. So I pulled this seed out of a lemon that I bought from the grocery store. I planted 12 of these. This is the one that's doing the strongest so far right here. It's looking really healthy. I'm really hoping that it pulls through all the way and it makes it. I'm gonna overwinter it and see, you know, hopefully in a year, it'll be in a spot to where I can plant it in the ground. This is also a lemon, but this guy's kind of struggling a little bit. It looks like it wants to grow some other leaves right here, but you know, I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that. We'll see. Talking planters, anything could be used for a planter. Old wheelbarrow, you know, I bought these from the hardware store, $2 a pop. This is an old trash can that's gonna have flowers in it. That's an old 50-gallon drum that's cut in half. Same thing, I backfilled it halfway and then filled the rest with the soil medium to grow the watermelons in. Same thing here. Filled these about halfway up with mulch and then backfilled them with a medium, so to grow all the soil in. Another thing that's really important for where I live is a fucking deer fence. Yeah, if you don't, guess what the deer will do? They'll destroy your garden in minutes. So deer fence is absolutely necessary. Barbed wire. Cedar posts, these I've all cut down off the property here. They're all gonna be used for gardens. The garden was originally going to be a greenhouse. And these windows were originally gonna be for the greenhouse. I got these off Craigslist for free. I put an ad up and asked if anybody had some free, you know, some free windows they wanted to get rid of. So I got a free set of windows and 2 French doors. So those could still be used for a greenhouse. This is another one of my raised beds. This is an actual pickle cucumber that's just kind of taken over the bed. And this is a bell pepper right here. The bell pepper, it's kind of struggling right now. Bell peppers, they like it hot. Peppers like it hot. But you can see there's little buds right down there. See those down there? Those are gonna be little bell peppers right there. Same here. See those little bell pepper buds? Right down there, bell pepper buds. The same thing, you can grow any of these in a container. Any of these plants, you can grow in a container. All you need is a soil medium. Again, these will all be containers. I'm not sure what I'm gonna plant in them yet, but those are gonna be planters. These right here, I just got. I'm super pumped on these because I'm gonna actually turn these. Check it out here. Sorry if my camera's unstable. I'm doing this one-handed today, guys. So I'm gonna turn that into like an herb garden. Either that or I might go microgreen with it. I'm not sure yet. Haven't quite figured it out, but I'm thinking microgreens might be the way to go with these. I could do like a small microgreen garden, you know, and go about that route. So I got a stack of those. I'm probably gonna continue to get more. And, you know, I'll turn all of these into planters. Most of this stuff I got for free, except for the barrels. A couple of those were on the property when I moved here. A couple more I bought. So pallets I all got for free. Some of the stuff I bought from the thrift store. You know, stuff I found on the property. I'm gonna use these probably as, I'm gonna rewire these so I can use these to grow tomato plants up. And I'm still trying to figure out. I'll probably plant them in the middle, put a pole, hang that in the middle, and then run wires up and put some tomato plants so they can vine up. Because I have some determinate and indeterminate plants. This is also going to be a planter. So I'll turn that. I'm going to cut the top off of this, turn that into a planter. Everything. So Just kind of a quick rundown on the gardening, guys, because Cali Rios, I'm a nerd when it comes to gardening, but it's small right now. I do have another one in plan. That one right there. That one needs some love though. That's gonna probably be the bee yard, but I'm still debating on what that's gonna be. But if that's gonna be the bee yard, I gotta get it fenced in still. So this is it. I still got a bunch of work to do back here. And this is where I spend my time when I'm not worried about fat ass. So I try to stay mindful of what I'm doing. The main reason I garden is a mindful awareness thing. You guys can hear all the birds and stuff out here chirping. That's why I come out here in the day and I work in the garden. So there's some of the soil that I use. I try to find what's on sale. You know, if you could go to like your local hardware store, you can use any kind of soil. This is Fertiloom. This is the one I'm using right now. It's called Fertiloom. This other one is called Landscapers Mix Nature Rich. I paid like $4 a bag for that. The Fertiloom, this one is a little bit more expensive, but that's all right. It's good potting soil. And so yeah, that's kind of just a quick rundown. Definitely, you know, it's worth putting in on a garden. It's a responsibility. It really is. You don't want to plant your plants and then, you know, you don't want them to die. Like you got to give them the love and, you know, respect that you should with any living being. But it's the shit like this. See this guy? That's a garden pest. You don't want that. So these guys, we get rid of those. Those are no good for the garden. So as you can see, the sun's out. It's going to be a good day to be out here. And 3 things you need to grow a good garden. You need soil, sunlight, and water. And you should be good to go. All these are going to be grown in containers, as you can see. I'm still debating what I should grow in this one. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. I have a bunch of seeds, and I'll grow them. I'm still kind of debating on what I should grow in there. It's going on July here. I probably have another 3 or 4 solid months of good growing, probably, you know, all through the year really. So let me know what you guys think I should grow in there, and I'll drop it in there and I'll keep tabs on it and see what happens. Any guys questions, comments, concerns? Sorry this wasn't my face today, but you know, some of you are asking about the garden, so this is it. I would recommend getting all the shit you can for free. Most of that stuff, like those bricks, those were all found on my property when I moved here. So any questions, comments, concerns, you guys leave them below. This is my pastime right here. When I'm not working, or, you know, this is where I'm at, out here, working in here, finding ways to improve my garden. Any questions or comments, ideas, let me know.